Hi guys. All right, this is week 5 homework, the answer key. All right, so on Monday we have a farmer collected 12.75 gallons of milk in the morning and 9.5 gallons in the evening. How many gallons did the farmer collect altogether? So here I have what they collected in the morning. Here is the evening, and then my total is going to be how much they did altogether. So I'm going to join these two things together. So when I'm combining two totals, I'm going to add them. With decimals, we have to make sure when we're adding and subtracting that they get all lined up. So I've got my hundredths place right here, all in the same column, my tenths place in the same column, my decimals all lined up, my ones, my tens. Then I added those, and I got that the farmer collected 22.25 gallons. Then next one, we have a rectangular pool. If it doesn't give you the image, go ahead and draw it. So I made my rectangle, and then as you get information, just fill it in. So I know that it is 20 meters long. I know that it's 9 meters wide. In order to find the area of the pool, I have to measure, I have to find out length times width. So I'm going to do, my length is 20, my width is 9. I multiply that together. 2 times 9 is 18, and add that 0. So area, length times width. All right, then make this bigger. All right, next one, a company earned $2,400.50 over 50 days. How much did they earn per day? So if this is my total, and it's being this right here, if I'm going to split it over 50 days, I want to see, okay, how much did I get on this one particular day? I'm repeatedly subtracting out that. So this is division, repeating that 50. So I'm doing groups of 50. And so here's what my division looked like, and I got 28.01. So they earned $28.01 per day. All right, next, the weight of a bag of apples is 3.267 kilograms. We're going to round that to the nearest hundredth. So write your number down, find the hundredths place, box it, go next door. That 7 is 5 or more, so we're going to round up, and the 6 is going to turn into a 7. So you go to the very next hundredth. So everything to the left stays the same, so the 3.2, and then we are moving that 6 to a 7. Since we're rounding to the nearest hundredth, we're going to stop at that hundredths place. Next up, we have a team raised $250 at a fundraiser. They used $85 for supplies, and then they split the rest evenly between 5 charities. So we want to know how much each charity received, and we have to write an equation. And so to do this, we're going to say y equals, and so we come back here, we know that they had $250, and if they're using 85 for supplies, then that's they have to take that out of whatever they raise. So I'm gonna do that first, because then it says then with the rest they're splitting evenly. So because I have to do this first, I went ahead and put it in parentheses to make me do it on that first step, because in order of operations we've learned this week that if it has groups, that's what we do first. So we do this first, and then we're going to split, that's a clue word for division, the rest between 5 charities, and then that will give us our answer. So I went ahead and I did that because we're trying to find out how much each charity receives. So I took out how much they spent on supplies, that was 165, and then I split that, so I divided it by 5, and I got 33. So y is the number that represents how much each charity received. So y equals 33. So each charity got $33. All right, next we have a school that prints 287 yearbooks for each of its 25 fifth grade classes. How many yearbooks are printed in total? So we are printing this many yearbooks for each class, and there's 25 classes. So if I think about this, One class is going to have 287. The next class is going to have 287, and so on. We're doing this 25 times. So if they're printing this many yearbooks for each of their classes, I'm missing the total. So I have to multiply to give me that, because I see that that's that repeated addition. Each time I talk about I add another class, it's another 287, then another 287, and another 287. So multiply that out, and we got 7,175 yearbooks that were printed in total. Then on the back, Wednesday, here simplify 5 plus 3 times 7 minus 4. 5 plus 3, you've got your groups, so we're going to do the first group first. 5 plus 3 is 8, and second group, 7 minus 4 is 3. Multiply that together, you get 24. Next up, you're taking this expanded form and you are representing it in standard form. Standard form is just the standard number. So here the 3 is in the ones place, that 5 is in the tenths, the 9 is in the hundredths, and the 2 is in the thousandths. So 3.592, or 3 and 592 thousandths. All right, next division. You've got 2 digits, so I went ahead and made my T-chart over here. So this is one group of 25 would be 25, 2 groups would be 50, and so on. And then I went ahead and divided that out, and I got 1,712. Then for Thursday, which set of decimals is ordered correctly from greatest to least? So here I noticed that they all had ones, so I went ahead and just crossed that out because that doesn't help me. And then I just looked at this like a whole number, so just ignore the decimal. You have 983, 938, and then 893. So this one, that 9 and that 8 is bigger than the 9 and the 3. And then this one starts with an 8 and a 9, so that one's going to be your least, your smallest. All right, we have to write an expression using parentheses that shows that we're multiplying 7 and 3. And then we add 8. So in order to do this first, again, if you think about your order of operations, you've got your groups, your exponents, you're multiplying, dividing, you're adding, you're subtracting. We always do groups first. So in order to do this first, I put it around the parentheses. Then I add 8. And we always multiply before we add. So technically you could have just put 7 times 3 plus 8. Either one works for that. And then on this one, a chef uses 243 eggs each week. We're going to estimate how many eggs she uses in 4 weeks. So if this, just like the other problem, if I have here's a week, I'm going to use 243 eggs. On the next week, 243 eggs. Next week, 243. And then the next week, 243. That's repeated repeated addition over and over and over. So 243 is about 240. So we're going to multiply that by 4. And get 960. So I'm trying to find a total because I want to know the total that she uses in 4 weeks. And we always round before we multiply, add, subtract, divide. Always round first and then do the operation. So she uses about 960 eggs in 4 weeks. So again, we take that 4, multiply it by 0, get 0. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 more is 9. All right, that's it. Hope that helps.